Evening everybody, or evening at time of recording. First thing, I've got a cold, so forgive me if my voice sounds a bit stuffy. This is just something that's interested me. About half an hour ago, I watched an article on BBC Look East for the region I'm in, and apparently a British linguist from a university. I can't remember which one. The news story hasn't ended up on the website yet, so bear with. So forgive me for being a bit thin on details about the news story itself. But anyway, the linguist has apparently been able to decipher one or two words from the Voynich Manuscript. Now, for those who don't know, the Voynich Manuscript, I've got the Wikipedia page up here. I know, Wikipedia, the most reliable source of information. Sorry. The Voynich Manuscript is an illustrated codex, handwritten in an unknown writing system. The book has been dated to the early 15th century, date between 1404 and 1438, and may have been composed in northern Italy during the Renaissance. The book is named after Wilfrid Voynich, a book dealer who purchased it in 1912. The Voynich Manuscript has been studied by many professionals and amateur cartographers, including American and British codebreakers during both World Wars, and none of them had succeeded in deciphering the text. It has become famous in a case of history of cartography. I'm just probably pronouncing this wrong. It's Cryptography. Still, apparently in this English linguist has actually been able to decipher about one or two words. The one he mentioned on the actual interview with him for Look East was he was able to find a word that was similar to Tauros, which what he basically did was he looked at the pictures that were beside the words beside the pictures and captions and whatnot, and he was able to. I'm just trying to remember. He found an image of 7 stars, I think it was, and a word that was similar to Tauros. Now, and the stars, some people have believed, are the Pleiades, which is within the constellation of Tauros. Now, this means that there may be a possible secret. There may actually be a possible meaning behind the manuscript. There have been hundreds of theories about who made it, why they made it. A lot of weird ones, like they say it's from outer space, it's an alien document. Some say it's the last surviving remnants of a previous time of Earth, like they say it ascribes back to Middle Earth and Elvish culture. A theory that seems to have gotten a lot of ideas is that it was a hoax. Let me just see where it is. The most bizarre feature of the Voynich Manuscript is such as its double and triple words. That means words that seem to have double and triple the amount of letters, and suspicious content of its illustrations, and its lack of historical reference supports the idea that the manuscript is a hoax. In other words, yeah, it's basically just a hoax. And one of the best theories about it is that it was let me see. The book. Several people have suggested that Edward Kelly could have fabricated the book as to swindle Emperor Rudolph II. Now, Edward Kelly, he was a he was an English scribe during the reign of Elizabeth I. Due to the fact he was forging documents in Worcestershire, I think. He had one of his ears cut off. I know, gruesome. He said an ambiguous figure in English Renaissance occultism and a self-declared spirit medium who worked with John Dee in his magical investigations. Besides the professed ability to summon spirits or angels on a crystal ball, which John Dee so valued, Kelly also came to possess the secret of transmutating base metals into gold. All of this was a hoax, of course. Basically, he was doing this to swindle Emperor Rudolph II of the Holy Roman Empire. And one theory was that the Voynich Manuscript was written by him as a hoax, just to swindle it. But the fact is, someone has actually deciphered some of the words, so it's possible that there is meaning behind it. And also, the dates are completely out of touch. Kelly was born in 1555, and as I mentioned, the book was written. The Voynich Manuscript was written somewhere between 1404 and 1438, which by my thinking, I don't know the history of Freemasonry, but an idea that I thought maybe it was written by Italian Freemasons, and the sort of odd language it has is only known by Freemasons, and the fact is they're not actually going to admit the language. Still, that's just a theory. Nothing much else. Just surprised that the Voynich Manuscript could actually, that sometime in the future, perhaps even in my lifetime, the Voynich Manuscript could be cracked. The reason why I've been interested in it is because last year I watched this documentary called The Book That Can't Be Read. It was on YouTube until they took it down. It was on my favourite documentaries playlist, which I decided to take down as they were taking too many off. Anyway, where was that? That's what got me interested in the book. And Voynich, which is the sort of language that's been written of the Voynich Manuscript, has become one of my favourite written languages. So anyway, I'm just interested in the fact that it may be cracked. Sorry that this video's gone extremely long. That's basically what I have for this vlog. I'll try and get. I've got some new videos up. I'll get one. There's going to be another uploaded on Thursday. So for those who are watching, stay tuned for that. This is KingofNewAnglia signing out.